Greetings, one and all. I know you probably can't see me right now, so the house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head for her bedroom where I finally find her. Okay. Sayori? Okay, anyway. Greetings, one and all. My name is Lancer. We're back here with Doki Doki. Once again, we're just going to jump right into it. No sense in wasting time. Sayori? Hi, Lancer. I sit down. We're kind of going to drop the goofy voice for her now because stuff's changing. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, haven't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations she's had for years now. If you came over more often, I wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? I guess that's true. And what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. That's meta for nowadays. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. So it's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stands and stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is just really uncharacteristic. Almost like she was forcefully changed. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Lancer. Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. It's not true. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this, so tell me already. Till now, I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Lancer. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it to you, aren't you, Lancer? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy into caring into waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. Why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me just not to think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It's almost like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Exactly. And if there's so much that I could do, I could have tried a bit harder to make every day that little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Lancer. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you'd have to waste your effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I want so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and getting closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wanted to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Aha. You're right, I don't understand that. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Lancer. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just selfless and weak. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Lancer. Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. Please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Lancer. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her side. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Lancer, Sayori barely managed to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Lancer. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. That's all really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let go of her as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? That's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice that... Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you do that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But It's almost time for Natsuki to meet me in my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. Well, it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. And if we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow, I should just focus on what's ahead of me. God damn, okay. I didn't mean for that to start so somberly, but... Alright. We move on. We move. He did his best. I spend only a few minutes back at home anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. There she is. Sup? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison.
Geez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in.
Please do.
I see you brought a lot of
stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that's probably full of baking supplies.
Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job.
You brought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home.
Good.
Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. I'll just wait for it. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen.
What? You're not even going to offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Lancer?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me.
Gah.
This is ridiculously heavy.
I carried it all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you.
Is it because I'm so small, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the reason. You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey, chill. Your size has nothing to do with it. Size matters not. Do you really hate being small that much?
Eh?
Not like I hate it.
I mean, sometimes I love proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size.
It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people.
But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say?
Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. Uh-huh. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey! Now you're treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer, you know?
And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki?
Forget it! I didn't say anything.
I should apologize. Huh? I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are a ton of guys who are into body types like yours.
How would you know that anyway?
Just trust me.
Gross. Kimo. Hey.
Was that to me?
Who else?
Man. Let's just get started already.
You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Lancer.
Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now. Finally, I start to put pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. What do you guys do? Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. You're not subtle with your writing, Dan Salvato. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Lancer, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. That's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? You want to? Ah, you're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so... Come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. Spending the whole day with a tsundere, that's my dream come true. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if you just end looking like the ones you make on the first day of school. I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori Miyanaga, that was unintentional, delighted expressions. I wonder if I could make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I'll use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. He's beginning to believe. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It's just taking a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Well, don't exactly have a problem with that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses the other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. Oh, here we go. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, huh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. Ngh. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Couldn't animate this? Jeez. You know what? Take this! Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. And you pin her against the wall. And this is why we like tsunderes. Because they eventually turn into this. Stop! Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. If that's so. In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger, put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. Gah. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki's so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Lancer, you really shouldn't do that to kind of things to girls unless you really like them. Well, I think we've been over this already. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Those were two different words in my mind. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Don't pass out. Eh? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. God damn it. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes away. In yet.
No wonder. You left a dirty tray in there, baka. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on.
I should have checked before turning something else on as well.
Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez.
Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them back in the oven now. Yeah, the tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened.
Beat the crap out of it.
Ah, that smells so good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room.
Look at how cute they all look.
She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays.
They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me, like I need to tell you, not like you need to tell me that.
I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative.
Here, scoop the icing into these bags.
These honking bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make them look nice and fluffy.
This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using this time though.
What's this one for? Picked up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can make stripes or other patterns. Patterns, you say?
But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever.
I see. That gives me an idea, actually. Huh. Well, this is a literature event, right? We can make it more literature-themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. Just go through the dictionary. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like. This one says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. I mean, you kind of did. This is kind of a stupid idea or whatever. But it's actually a really cute idea, so... Well, if she says it's cute. Aha. Maybe I'm getting it from you. It's rubbing off. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly how it sounds. I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well...
Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Huh? Did you say something?
Nothing.
Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle to each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't waste time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about it, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them aside to admire our work.
Look how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but...
My dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. It feels bad. Aha. Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, she'd probably be 10 down already. And she would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy.
Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we could have time for manga, but I need to head home for dinner. Yeah, manga. What's that code for? Some more finger-licking good time? Ah, already? That's a shame.
It's your fault for working so slowly.
You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. Uh-huh. I wish she could listen to me the way she listens to you. Ah, yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I feel so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all.
Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Here we go. Just like that, Natsuki's already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted, I'd say.
Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki.
Eh?
What you said before about not always having this chance. It doesn't always have to be like that. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? Anytime, babes. I think that, if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere, do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Lancer, I thought you only really cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I have to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki... Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes filled my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What's happening? My head starts to go dizzy as if I feel her soft breaths against me.
I've felt it for a while now.
Natsuki suddenly jumps back.
Sayori?
Hi, Lancer. Sayori. Just now, we weren't...
It's okay, Lancer.
I just stopped by to say hi. Oh, the music is just gone.
Well, you should have come a little earlier.
That's what she said. I'm already on my way out, so...
Nah, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later.
Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Oh boy. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was eagerly beat to me. So I had to come over and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Lancer? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? Oh my God. It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Lancer. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori. What I said before is true. In fact, they just glide over that. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind's making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes a lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel pain anymore. But... Sayori looks away. Put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Lancer. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori.
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Lancer, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anyone anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always want what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need now most right now. That's what I'm going to give you. Ugh, I hate this choice. Mainly because, we'll talk about it later, but I just hate this choice. I hate this choice. I hate that this is a choice. Out of everything, I hate that this is a choice. You figure obvious answer is obvious in this situation, but that's not what she needs. That's not what... To be fair, the first half of what we were doing is way different from where we were now, because first half was very much Sayori, and now we've leaned more Natsuki, so it's like the game's kind of punishing you in this regard if you kind of do something like that. But you'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best, and that will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help you get things back to the way that they were.
I see.
Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori,
It's okay.
this is just my punishment. Remember?
For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down this path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right, that I just wanted it to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really don't know me better than anyone else, Lancer. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So...
Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees.
Ah!
Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked I don't even know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as much as she is, even though I can't comfort her, or I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. God damn. This shit really hits. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but I decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Hold on, I want to check something. Hold on first. Let's save. There's something I want to check. There's something I want to check. Oh my god. And so it begins. The first thing that comes into the game files. Happy thoughts. This horrible picture. Have I gotten anything else? Characters? Okay. Yeah, I forgot you can't open these. Game. Save, audio, fonts, images. Audio. Hold on. Pictures. All these are the same. Of course we got this picture. Yeah, and then those. Everything's the same so far, okay. But yeah, I remembered that you get this after that. So for the most part I remember most of the other files that come into the game, but this is the first one. So but either way, let's get back to the story. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will go great too. Lancer! Been a bit. You're the first one here. Of course I am. Thanks for being early. Oh god, just... You guys can't hear it, but these headphones are kind of shitty. Like, all I hear is just static. Because there's no music right now. It's this part of the game just really... Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared to have all the poems that we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. Yeah. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but suddenly I remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing this is not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Yeah, just maybe. You should take a little more responsibility for her, Lancer. I mean, especially for your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Monica, I love you, but I hate you so much. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? I know I basically turned down her confession. That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so... Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I feel chilled on my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poem from the one they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. I never understood the percent sign. Why is the percent sign there? But either way, yeah, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. And get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished, it just stops moving. What is this? Reading this poem, I feel a pit in my stomach. Lancer? What's wrong? It's nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so
Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself.
Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. Okay. What was I thinking? I should have tried a bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even a simple gesture of waking her up to go to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs. And what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I still have like chills. Like this scene never. I reach Sayori's house and knocks on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori. She really is a healthy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I'm ending up doing this, after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I didn't want to have to enter her room like this. It's kind of a breach of privacy, but she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayori! Oh my gosh, okay. That's a little different. Oh my God. And this is why there's a warning at the beginning. Why there's warnings everywhere. Isn't there something else in the game files? Yeah, there's this traceback file that goes in. Commander Quantum Server Build 2.4 Quantum Doki Doki. Uncaught VM runtime exception occurred. Exception stack trace game file script line 76 or 67 and script call Python in module. Jump exception occurred at that exception. Oh geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec, I could probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? This would be a whole lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Haha, here goes nothing. And then I'm pretty sure if you go here. Yep. Yep. Oh my God. And this is why this game is nuts. Oh, I didn't even get to finish that. Okay. Oh, oh my God. The thing is, I know what happens. I know this happens, but like, it doesn't. Oh my God. My saves are gone, right? Yep, they're all gone. Yeah, blah, all that shit. I seeing an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, but this girl is Zagala. You know, unexisted name. My neighbor and good friends since we were children. Kind of friend, yeah. Used to walk to school. Started off running away. In this situation, it would be better to let them to run away, and let. How dare you give me an achievement for that? Okay, we're gonna cut it off here because I want to save all this new stuff for... Because this is the part of the game I absolutely love the most. Like, I love the whole game, but the stuff we're getting into right now, I absolutely love. Like, it's what solidifies it as my one of my top 3 favorite games of all time. So we're gonna stop here for now. God, I still have chills. That part never, it never changes how that part makes me feel. So either way, until next time, I know this was a very somber episode, but we were dealing with some heavy shit. Until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching. All the pictures are still here. Okay, good. I was curious about that. Oh, that's interesting. Attempt to load a save file after Sayori's death. Jesus. I'm curious what these promos are. And also interesting these backgrounds, because I know of at least one more. I'm assuming it's going to go here. I know of at least one more background. Of course, I'm not going to say what, but I'm curious what the other 4 are, because everything else, yeah, that pretty much stays the same. I know of like one more background that we haven't gotten yet. Although I don't know if that's going to be a background or if that's going to be just like it's going to go up with like CGs. I was curious because when the game resets, like it gets rid of like all your saves and everything. I was curious if it was going to get rid of these, but good, it didn't. I'm glad. So yeah, until next time.